So let's dive into DaVinci Resolve to show you how this is done. So for that, what you have to do is come to Effects, and again under Effects, drag in a Fusion composition. And now let's come to Fusion. So the very first thing is I'm going to bring in a background node from here and just join it like this. And in the background, I'm going to change the color to something a little bit white. Not too white, but something like this. So let me bring in a text node like this and just join it here. And under the text node, I'm going to type motion graphics, and I'm going to change the font to the Apple font, which is SF Pro. This is a font used by Apple and it's available free to download. And under shading, I'm going to change this to gradient to get that nice gradient look. And to change the color of the gradient, you can click these two arrows. So in the first arrow, I'm going to change a color to something like blue. But I want only gradient applied on the first text. On the second text, I want a solid color. So for that, what you have to do is come back to text and right click, select character level styling. Then what you have to do is just highlight the text which you don't want to be in the gradient. In this case, the graphics title. So I've selected this. Now what I have to do is you need to come to modifiers, and in that come to shading, and then I'm going to change the color to solid. And here I'm going to change the color to something like, so I have slightly changed the color here. It looks more catchy. Okay, now let's do a word by word transition. For that, select text, under modifiers, come back to text and just right click and press follower. Delay I'm going to set something like 1. Now let's play with the keyframe under transform. So come to frame 0. But before that, I want to change from characters to words. So in frame 0, I'm going to press a keyframe here. And as soon as I press it, another tab will open called path. You don't have to do anything here. Come back to follower and then come to frame 15. Press a keyframe here. And in the first keyframe, just lower it like this. So if I hit play, you'll have something like this. It's not smooth at all, it's very rough. So for that, you come to spline, and under these 3 dots, just select show only selected tool. So only whatever is selected will show here. Now select this one, press this, Ctrl A, right click, ease, and press out cubic. So you'll have something that looks like this. Now we have to keyframe the opacity. So for that, what you have to do is under follower, come to shading, and you will find opacity. So I'll put a keyframe in the first frame, then I'll come to frame 15 again and put another keyframe here. And in the first keyframe, I'll put the opacity all the way to 0. So you'll have something like this. Awesome, right? Cool. Let's do a transition to the next word. Before that, what I have to do is press the text node, shift spacebar, and press transform. As soon as this word gets revealed, somewhere around frame 20, I'm going to hit a keyframe on size. Then I'm going to come about 30 frames. So something like this was 20. So I'll come to frame 50 and I'll reduce the size all the way to something like this. Okay, now we have to smoothen this out. So come to spline and press this one to select that one. Select the graph, Ctrl A and press S on your keyboard, and then press T to open this ease in and ease out. And I'm going to increase it up to like 70 to 80. So I'm going to make it something like 71. And the ease out also, I'm going to change it to something like same 71. So you'll have something that looks like this. Awesome. Now let's transition to the next word. So I'm going to bring in a text node again and just join it here like this. It will automatically create a merge node. And in this text, I'm going to type on and change the font to similar font, that is the SF Pro. And I'm going to change the color something like this. So this text should come only after this particular transition. So what I would like to do is I want to bring in a transform node right here, transform, and I'm going to do a similar keyframe as this transform. So at 20, I'm going to hit a keyframe on size, and in this at 50, I'm going to hit another keyframe on the size. So in the first keyframe, I want this to be big, and in the second one, it will be on the normal size. So again, come to spline, transform, Control A, S, and again change this to 71 and this also to 71. So now you'll have something that looks like this. Now you can see this on is always visible. To change that, you need to do something on the merge. So what I would like to do is come to the middle frame of these transitions. So somewhere around here, come to the merge tab, and you need to play with the keyframe. But as you can see, nothing is on the graph because we haven't done any keyframe here. So let's just simply put a keyframe here on size. We don't have to do anything. This is just to open the keyframe tab. So for that, just select this keyframe tab here. Under keyframe, let me close the spline. So under the keyframe tab, just select these three dots and press show only selected tools. Now let me zoom in. So I want this merge, just reduce it like this up till this playback that is in the middle of this frame. Now you select the second merge node. Again, select a keyframe to activate this one. And in this, I will just reduce it to this end, like reverse. So now what happens is if I hit play, awesome, right? So now I want this on text to just go to the left, and then the DaVinci Resolve icon to come here. So for that, what I will do is I'm going to bring in one more transform node. So let's, this is at frame 50. At frame 50, I'm going to hit a keyframe on the sender, and then I'm going to come 30 frames again. So around 80, I'm going to press a keyframe here. And in this particular keyframe, I'm going to move this to the side, something like this. So under spline, same thing. Control A, press S, and increase this to 71 and increase this also to 71. Okay, perfect. So you'll have something that looks like this. Now I'll bring in the icon, that is the DaVinci Resolve icon. So where is it? Yeah, it's right here. And just let me join this here. It will automatically create a merge node. And in this one, I'm going to bring in a transform node, transform, and we'll add in a similar keyframe. So in this keyframe, that is frame 50, I'll put a keyframe on sender, and in frame 80, I'll put another keyframe. So in the first keyframe, I want this to be somewhere here. Let me just reduce the size of the icon to a little bit, something like this. This is very abrupt, so you need to fix the spline. transform 4, Control A, S, 71, same thing, you know, and ease out also to be 71. So now again, let's bring in the same keyframe technique what we did before. Let's select the middle point of this somewhere here. I'm going to select this merge, come to keyframes, and I will reduce this till here, till the playback somewhere here. And in this merge, I'll do the opposite. From here, I'll just reduce it to somewhere here. Yeah, that's cool. So now if I hit play, you'll have something like this. Cool, right? So practice, you know, you can add in as many templates here, and you just follow this particular node structure. Just remember the keyframe technique which I showed you, the merge technique, and to really make it more appealing, you just have to put motion blur on everything. So whatever has keyframe will have this particular icon here. So here, come to settings, enable motion blur, and I'll put it something like 4. And here also settings, motion blur 4. This step, apply motion blur to everything, so you know it really makes it really seamless. So I hope this video was useful to you guys. If you guys have any doubt, just leave them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. That's pretty much it for this video. For those who don't know, I'm Fenzer. I do travel, tech and filmmaking on this channel. So if you're into that sort of stuff, please consider hitting the subscribe button. I'm so sorry, that's my cat. Okay, you can sit here. You want to say hi? Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.